partners. First is European Commission. European Commission is the executive body of European Union, and we are funded by 80% of the funding come from the DG GROW of European Commission. And another government agency is EFTA, European Free Trade Association, with the other three European standardization organizations, SAN, SANELEC, and ASSI. So what is SASAC about? SASAC promotes European and China standardization cooperation and dialogues. We had already experienced three phases. SASAC 1 starting from 2006, and currently we are under SASAC 4, which will last 3 years from 2018 to 2021. And this project is managed by SAN, and it is supported and guided by the steering committee involving all 5 partners of SASAC projects. What is the goal? The goal is to support European policy, European Commission's policy, and the European Standardization Organization's strategic objectives in China. And we support the government dialogues between European Commission and the China government on standardization. We also support the European Standardization Organizations and the China Standardization Administration of China on cooperation. What we do in China, we promote European and international standards, and we improve the contacts between different project partners and different level of Chinese administrations related to standardization. We also enhance the visibility and understanding of European standardization systems and deliver and promote the best practice of European new legislation framework or European standardization system. We gather the regulatory and standardization intelligence, for example, today's activity, and we undertake technical lobbies if it is necessary, or if we get the guidance or the request from the industry or from the European Commission or the 5 partners. What is our priorities? Currently, we have horizontal technical priorities and political priorities. On the left-hand column, we cover the IoT, information security, artificial intelligence, 5G in digitalization of industry, automatic transport, medical devices. And for the political horizontal priorities, we are observing or analysis the China Standards 2035, a Belt and Road Initiative related to standardization, and the standardization reforms, the Made in China 2025, institutional changes in Chinese government which are related to standards, and market access like China compulsory certification and China security evaluation or certification. So today's topic is industry internet. So it is pretty much covered by our priority topics, IoT and Made in China 2025. Now we focus on the industry internet for today. First, background. The industry internet is the product of new generation industry wave and the 4th generation of industry revolution. And most of the countries in the world have their own different understandings or different research and applications for industry internet. So first, the concept was proposed by an American company named GE in June 2013, and the goal is to upgrading the K industry areas. So, and in China, the industry internet defined, or the first definition of that is done by the Alliance of Industry Internet. So basically, it is divided into micro level and technical level. So in the micro level, the industry internet support digitalization, networking, and intelligent transformation of manufacturing industry. So it's through the comprehensive connectivities of the industry, economy, and the manufacturing chain and the value chain. And basically, although there's a lot of definitions or explanations for the micro level and the technical level, but basically in China, the simple and easy understanding or the concept of industry internet is manufacturing plus internet. You will also see such kind of simple and quick statements in the later documents. So, as we mentioned, many different countries have different understanding or different explanation or on the industry internet. Here I just make some simple, quick summary or comparison between Germany, US, and China to see how people understand differently in China about industry internet. So first, Industry 4.0 proposed by Germany with for example, one core, which is intelligence plus network. While in China, you will see that industry internet is manufacturer or industry plus network. And the two strategies, I read some of the Industry 4.0 strategies. Germany would like to leading the supplying chain, and also the manufacturers could be leading the market, so which have the leading supplier strategy and market strategy. So the basic difference is Germany would like to produce more equipment manufacturers with more intelligent and connecting networking functions. And three integrations or technologies and themes which are listed here with like Internet of Things, IoT, or machine-to-machine, vertical integration of production, or horizontal integration of manufacturers, and the five different phases. Like the good network facilities and services, the intelligent ability of intelligent products. Sorry, this is wrong. This is the redundant translation. Basically, the intelligent products. And the social technical integrations and employee innovations. So the human being, the labor resources are also considered into Industry 4.0. And we also have 8 measures, and I just listed here. For example, the standard reference system public, which maybe in China is an open source standardization platform, and build models to manage complex systems, provide comprehensive industrial broadband infrastructure. It could be in China, it is just simply understand as a internet or network, and security, innovative ways of organizing and designing work, and training and career development, which is human being related, and improve rules, regulations, and resources efficiency. So, and in US, basically, it is called, or they focus on advanced manufacturing partnerships, which is the strategy and the present Obama period. The key document was published in 2011 ensuring American leadership in advanced manufacturing, or gain domestic competitive advantage of advanced manufacturing industry in 2012, and also the accelerating advanced manufacturing in America, which is published in 2014. And I believe during the following years, we didn't check many key documents in this area. But basically, then when we come to China, the similar concept or similar activity happens in Made in China 2025. This document is published in 2015. Actually, if you see Industry 4.0 or Advanced Manufacturing Partnership, the EMP, compared to them, China is a bit late. The document published in 2015, but it does not mean that it is not as quick or advanced. Made in China definitely a very important, important document for China's manufacturing. So first, it has one goal: transform China from a manufacturer to a manufacturing powerhouse. So basically, actually, China's idea is to, China always believes that China's industry or manufacture is a low-end. Most of the manufacturers are low-end manufacturing, and the Made in China 2025 want to transfer the main manufacturers or low-end manufacturers of China to advanced, high quality, and improved manufacturers system. And then it states to deep integration of IT applications and industrializations. It is a three-step strategy. It set up the target for 2025, make China one of the major powers of technology, fundamentally realize the evident improvement of innovation capability, and integrate IT application into industry. Second, until 2035, the target is to reach the average level of manufacturing powerhouse. So basically, advanced in the average level, greatly improve the innovative capability, make breakthroughs in many key fields, and increase comprehensive competitiveness, and make China becoming the innovative leadership in high-end industry. And until 2045, China's ambitious target is to become a global leader in terms of comprehensive power. So, and then the four basic principles is market lead, government guides based on the current and take long perspectives, independent innovation and independent development, and open cooperation and overall progress and key breakthroughs. So basically, you can see that although the four basic principles, the market-led was listed as number one, but we have to always remember that China is a big government ecology system. So the government always want to guide or lead for a lot of new technologies or new developments. That's why it is no doubt that you will see in the later slides that many government documents and many government funding for projects are greatly invested to support industry internet to finish the target set up in Made in China 2025. And 5 guidelines like innovative driven, quality first, green development. This is not very new, but basically it shows the advanced the Made in China 2025 and how China can focus on making China advanced manufacturers. It is also not surprising to see that China also want to focus on talent, so human being and the talents, the labor is also as important as it is proposed in Germany, Industry 4.0. And 5 projects, we can see it has the Innovation Center, green manufacturing, high-end equipment manufacturing or equipment innovation. And the 9 strategies is also listed here. I won't talk about more because we list the Germany, US, and China here just to try to make a little comparison and let us to understand the difference and why China has set up the industry internet standardization in that way rather than this way. So this is how we sort of make sense here. So this is a key development area. It pretty much cover all the current very popular, very hot, prioritized technology areas like IT industry, the robots and machine tools, the computer networking controlled machines, the airspace, the marine technology, railway technology, and also the energy efficiency and new energy vehicle, the electrical power equipment, agriculture, and the new materials or high performance medical devices. Why release everything here? Because when we think about the industry internet, they always say that it covers all the aspects of the industry and manufacturing. So it is it is a comprehensive system, covers all the vertical technologies. That's why it sometimes makes make us very difficult to summarize how to do the standards and what standards could be regarded as a internet industry internet standards, because the topic is so big. So we have to we have to select the priorities and the key technical areas to talk about the industry internet. Here again is also the Chinese concept or Chinese understanding about the Made in China 2025 or industry internet, and the compared to USA and compared to Germany. So this is I resourced the reference to the document from the studying group from Tsinghua University, but it has been showed many times in Chinese meetings or events. Basically, it almost become the understanding of China on internet, industry internet. So China believes that US is good at information industry, and so they try to combine their advanced IT technology to bring the manufacturers back or make the manufacturers advance or in the leading position in the world. While in Germany, it is good at automation level of machinery and equipment manufacturing, and also occupy a prominent position in the global information technology. So they want to keep the leading position. And while in Chinese believe that the Chinese independent innovation ability is not very strong at this moment, and the key technology or core technology are still less. The industry structure is unbalanced. That's why sometimes in some area you can see very high-end, high technology industry manufacturing, but still most of the manufacturers are still produce very low-end products with a low quality or with anyway cheap products, and also the manufacturing, the producer services industry development is also lagging behind. So China hopes that industry internet can make can combine all the different level of China technology or China manufacturing ability to upgrade the industry and make the Chinese manufacturing ability stronger and with higher quality and higher performance in the future. So you can see this industry internet is not the purpose, is not the only target. It is rather a way, a tool to make China upgrading their industries, to make China more strong in the manufacturing, especially in the high-end manufacturing area. That's why China always take industrial internet in a very high-profile position. In recent years, the industry internet has been strongly supported by government, and we list to the policy documents here. Obviously, this is a new concept. It is started from the Made in China 2025, which was published the 2015. And after that, in 2016, there was a document published on the integrating integrating the development of manufacturing and internet. So even in the document, in the official document, Chinese thinks that industry internet is the combination or integration of manufacturing and internet, or manufacturing and information technology. And in November 2017, Internet Plus Advanced Manufacturing and Developing the Industry Internet was published by MIT. Again, Internet Plus Advanced Manufacturing is industry internet. I know it is not as simple as this, but if you in China, it is pretty much interpreted this way. And in 2018, the Industrial Internet APP Coalition project was published, while in another document is the Action Plan for Industry Internet Development published by MIT, and the other document is the Industry Internet Platform Promotion. And after since the publish of Made in China 2025 until 2019, January 2019, the standardization guideline for the industry internet was published by MIT and SAC. So no doubt, MIT is under MIT Ministry of Industry and Information Technology is a key player as a leader of industry internet activity. And then after the standard document was published in 2020, the list of industry internet pilot demonstration projects was published. So it includes 29 projects, 35 platforms, and 17 in security. March 2020, the notice of MIT regarding the accelerating of the development of industry internet. So we can see MIT published a lot of documents on how to promote and accelerating the development for industry internet. and the last one, which is in the practical and working assignment level, is the work plan for Industry Internet Special Working Group, which was published in June 2020. So that is the documents. What is the key players, or what is the organizational chart for the industry internet development and then the industry internet standardization? So the first one is in 2015, after Made in China 2025 was published, a leading group for building a manufacturing powerhouse was set up by the State Council. With the Vice Minister as a leader, and other deputy leaders are from the Ministry of Information, Industry and Information Technology, the Minister, and also the General Secretary General of State Council and Director of NDRC and MOST, Vice Minister of MOST. And Deputy Minister of Ministry of Finance. Why Ministry of Finance is also included in there? Because Made in China 2025 related a lot of fundings and government stimulating projects. And after the under this big leadership powerhouse group, there is one specially working on industry internet, which is called Special Working Group on Industrial Internet. It was set up in 2018, and it is led by Minister of MIT and also NDRC and also the MOST, the MOFCOM, the Ministry of Finance. So it is also a very internal or domestic leading group targeted to help the Chinese industry or manufacturers to develop the technology on industry internet. And another key player is Alliance of Industrial Internet. It is an industrial alliance jointly established in 2016 by the 100 organizations. It is organized, set up by Ministry of Information, MIT. So it is because the artificial intelligence, the Alliance of Industrial Internet is not even registered as a legal organization. It is their secretariat is in the CAICT, China Academy of Information and Communication Technology, and all the key leaders are from Ministry, MIT, and also from the China Academy of Engineering and also CAICT. So the alliance also includes non-vice chair organizations like industries like Huawei and Hair and China Telecom, and also the research institutions like Aerobase Science and Industry and many other organizations. So the basic target, basic objective for the ARI is to support government decision making, promote the development of industrial internet, and the last but not least is to make research on industrial internet standards and standardization promotion. So we can see, although it is called a industrial alliance, but actually it is a think tank for the MIT, and also it is more like a consulting or think tank with government, with industry, and with many other stakeholders relevant to industrial internet. And Then in the standardization perspective, there is a standardization general working group on industrial internet. It was just recently set up in August 2020, and we can see that the leader is from CICT. Basically, it means that it is from MIT, and also the deputy leaders are from the CAII, China Academy of Industrial Internet. I will make introduction in the later slide. And also the research center, the China Electronics Standardization Institute, CESI, the Instrument Technology and Economy Institute, and also CCSA, and the big prominent industry Huawei Technology, and the secretariat is located in CICT. Other research institutions and other SDOs related or working on industry internet are listed here. First, in China Academy of Industrial Internet, it is founded by the MIT in November 2018, and it is very new in this area, so I didn't see much deliverables or achievements from this organization yet, but I believe it is especially set up for the development of industrial internet, so in the future it will play more important roles for this area. And second one is CICT. We both know that before the setup of China Academy of Industry Internet, CICT is taking a lot of research working and technical development and coordination of different industries and stakeholders on the development of industry internet. So CICT behind the Alliance of Industry AII Industry Internet made the industry internet technical architecture version 1.0 and version 2.0 in 2016 and 2018, I believe. And also they made they are behind, they drafted actually the standardization system for industry internet in China, which will be mainly discussed or introduced in the later slides of today. Another one is CESI, China Electronics Standardization Institute. Why it is so important for CESI for industry internet? Because although CESI did not do any standards or activity for industry internet, but they are also doing a lot of research, and also the Secretariat of IoT Internet of Things Standardization Technical Committee is located in CESI, which makes them has a very big voice and very big influence on the industry internet. Because we both know that in Europe or in the Western world, there is a concept of industry IoT, and actually in China, you can sort of regard it industry internet and industry IoT, but sometimes CESI also works with industry-related IoT standardization activity, which makes them very important for industry internet as well. That's why I listed this organization here. And also CESI is a secretariat of intelligent manufacturing standardization activities. And they are key players or the counterparts of German-China Industry 4.0 cooperation. Although CESI is focused more on intelligent manufacturing, it is no doubt that sometimes it is difficult to tell the difference or disconnect industry internet with intelligent manufacturing, because there's a lot of factors like intelligent factors or the connecting natures of the intelligent manufacturers are overlapping or sometimes is also called industry internet in China. The last one is CCSA. CCSA is a China Communication Standardization Association. Their basic target of work is to making communication standards for MIT and then for China. But they also have a technical committee, TC10, on IoT, Internet of Things. So their IoT at this stage is more focused on communication part, on the communication protocols, or the industry or the networking path for IoT. So when you talk about industrial internet, especially on the networking path, CCSA is very important with CICT on standards drafting. So after the key players, let us talk about the technology or the more key technical documents. So first is the report on Industry Internet Architecture version 1.0, which it was published in 2016 and the guidance of MIT. So it is made by Alliance of Industry Internet, but actually the key drafter is CAICT. And in 2018, the CSI worked on white paper on standardization of industry internet platform. So it is a part of industry internet focused on platforms. Whenever they publish a white paper, it is very important for the future government documents, because pretty much the government industrial internet platform standardization system would follow this white paper or follow these recommendations in this document. In 2019, January 2019, the important document, official standardization documents was published by MIT and SAC. The guidelines on establishment of the internet comprehensive standardization system. And then in March 2019, CSI published another white paper on big data for industry internet, which can be referenced for the big data part for the whole system. And then another report, general report on industry internet architecture version 2.0 was published in 2019 rather than 2018. 2019, it is again published by Alliance of Industry Internet, and it is more comprehensive and with more newly emerged technologies compared to version 1.0. The last one is the work plan for industrial internet special working group in 2020. This document is very key because it assigns the work, leads to the target, assign the work tasks, and made the departments, the government departments of government organizations who will be in charge with such tasks. The industry internet architecture version 1.0. I think the industry internet is a very comprehensive system. I just simplify the version 1.0 to understand the users, the industry, the internet with application, and in the bottom there are networks, data, security, the common technology and common generally used technology, or usually you will see another concept is is a CPS, cyber-physical concept. It is similar with in China as the common technologies or the physical or the hardware behind or under the industry internet. On the right hand is a summary like internet data and security as a methodology for China industry internet. It has the simple explanation like industries establish a common language, like protocol, control, edge computing, security, functional safety, or sense. So it is a standard plus technology system. And different vertical sectors will find their own approach to do the implementation. So we can show a lot of documents for industry internet to see a lot of case studies, a lot of user guidelines. So basically, my feeling is too difficult to combine as a unified application. So each vertical sector needs to find their own implementation architecture. And the market found the solution. So like the testing, the test bed, the product dictionary. So the enterprises and the parks, the industry parks understand the implementation efforts like maturity assessment, whether the industry internet or the industry IoT is useful or mature enough. But remember, this document was published in 2016. A lot of things has changed. A new technology has introduced to. So the version 2.0 added a lot of new technologies to the general simple industry internet architecture. So this is a form. This is a picture copied from the ARI industry internet architecture with our translation. So basically, they want to set that the architecture 2.0 focus on the innovation breakthrough and make the coordinated promotion of industry internet technologies. So on the left hand, there are demand, test bed, standard open source, international cooperation, and on the right hand, there's more like application cases, industries, assessment and review, and policies and regulations. And in the middle up, there's a vertical industry implementation still. You can find the common unified language between different vertical sectors or different manufacturers, but still at this stage you have to find different application cases. And new technology research like industry intelligence, artificial industry APP, blockchain, edge computing, virtual reality. With time goes by, more technology will be added in this picture, and but in the bottom is still the common layer about network, data, and security. And also the so basically you can see in China's understanding, industry internet architecture version 1.0 and version 2.0 in the middle added a lot of new technologies and new different features. And the four core parts are still in business guides, the technology systems, the functional framework, and the industry internet implementation framework. So there's a lot of explanation on this, but we do not focus more. This is only the pre-hating or pre-activity for understanding why China makes the standards, the standards architecture, and how the guideline of government are making industry internet standards. Basically, that guidelines are based on the industry internet architecture version 1.0. So the next steps from artificial intelligence Alliance of Industry Internet is to form a series of white paper on Industry 4.0. Each part need a recommendation, need a detailed discussion, and the standards in the middle part, like the Alliance of Industry Internet, China CCSA, China Communication Standards Association, and internationally ITU, ISO, and IEC. So they want to do more standards in this area, promote the association standards, sector standards, national standards, and international standards on industry internet architecture. So basically, depending on different function or different roles for different standards, they will do more work in this area. And China also, although this is the next steps from the Alliance of Industry Internet, actually because the government is behind, MIT is behind this industry alliance, their voice can regard it as a government voice. So China will still focus or work on the international cooperation on industrial internet. So like the I reference industry internet reference architecture, how China architecture 2.0 can be combined or harmonized with internationally accepted the reference architecture. So here it says finish the synergy of China industry internet architecture 2.0 with the mainstream architectures in US and Germany and Japan to jointly publish deliverables. So China still hope and wish to get the alignment internationally on industry internet. And specifically, how to deliver such next steps on the previous slide. The work plan for industrial internet special working group has listed all the tasks and list all the activities. It is recently published in June 2020. The plan is to carry out research on IPv6 and also the new IPv6 transportation in industry and promote the popularizations and applications of IPv6, and coordinate and approve the application for frequency trial use of 5G industry internet. So 5G plus internet is also a key priority for the work plan of 2020, and build national industrial internet big data center. And guide local governments to build a number of local centers. So the China believes in the industry internet will be similar like the internet we use. They need a lot of big center and secured big data center to support the industry internet activity. And also to integrate the other technologies like ultra HD video, visual reality, and other technologies. And standards specifically mentioned in the task as one of the key tasks for the special working group on industry internet. which is establishment of the industrial internet standard system. So the specific measures is to facilitate the work of National Industry Internet Standard Coordination and Promotion Group, the General Group and Expert Consultation Group. That is why, and this task, this Standardization General Working Group on Industry Internet was set up in August, and then carry out the development of both generic and urgently needed standards, taking into account the development needs of the industry. So basically, rather than wait on all the technology to mature, China tend to do the standards in the generic and urgently needed area. So they also set up the deadline. So this is just an example of how the work plan was proposed. This is standards like the leading departments. The work plan says MIT should be in charge, should be the leading, and also the CICT and MIT and SAMR would be more focused on making the standards for industry internet. And that's why we proposed, because they want to set up the standardization, coordination, and promotion group here. That's why the Industry Internet Standardization General Working Group was set up in August 2020. And this working group, not only with all the leaders or the different leading organizations like CAII, CSIS, CCSA, and Huawei, and also CICT, they also involved many other organizations. Here we list here. Technical committees each have 9 technical committees, including the National Technical Committee on Communication, on Information Technology, TC128, and then TC260, National Security Standardization Technical Committee, Information Security, and then the TC573 is the integration of information and industrialization management. It's pretty much industry internet already. And then the National Technical Committee for Automation Systems and Integration, TC159, and the big famous TC124 is Industry Process Measurement, Control, and Automation. And other vehicles, TC114 is for road vehicles, and TC101 is for light industry, machinery, and also the machine tools numerical control system, TC367. So basically, this general working group also combined with many different technical committees and also 50 enterprises. We just list the big examples here. No doubt Huawei is one of them. And 50 research institutions like National Internet Emergency Center, the Fifth Institute of Electronics, which is under MIT, and also China Electronics Information Industry Development Research Institution, CCID, and CNIS, and Zhejiang Laboratory, 15 research areas. And then the 8 universities and 13 local authorities. So this is a big organization. It is organized by the government, and it will guide and lead the standardization activities and other activities for the industry internet. So here is a task for the standardization development. So based on the document published in January 2019, so the target is by 2020, preliminary industry industry internet standard system will be established. And it will place the emphasis on research and development of factory intranet, the network resources management, edge devices, heterogeneous identification, interoperability, and industry-based data. So it lists all the key areas of standards by 2020. So we will, now we are currently checking the achievement of that. And we have to see that some of the target, because of the new technology introduced, some of the target is not really achieved. And also among them are more than 10 basic universal standards of industry internet were formulated, and 30 comprehensive standards were made, including, for example, industry internet time-sensitive networking technology requirements. Because it just lists the basic requirements, it does not influenced by the new technology, so it has been published. And also, industrial internet IPv6 address allocation technical requirements or similar standards have already been published. And another more than 20 application standards, such as industrial internet personalized custom classification guide, were developed and applied and have already been implemented in the key enterprises and industries. And then they also set up the target, which is by 2025, China will formulate more than 100 standards, focusing on promoting standardization work to support industrial application and establish unified, comprehensive, and open industry internet standard system, and make standards widely applied in the manufacturers and enterprises. And also, it will keep abreast with international advanced standards. So it is seeing that if there are international advanced standards for industrial internet, or for China will reference it or adopt it, or at least harmonize with that. So this is the industry internet standard system framework. It includes 3 kinds of standards. The fundamental one, the general one, and also application. It is this standardization guideline system guideline was made in January 2019, and it is based on the industry internet architecture version 1.0, but it covers pretty much all the areas for industry internet. For example, the fundamental areas defines the terms and definition relevant to industrial internet. It also defines the general demands, the architecture. So I believe that China tried to make the harmonized or internationally aligned industry internet architecture, and also the testing and evaluation standards or requirements will be regulated here, and some of the management methodologies or for industry internet will also be regarded as a fundamental standard in China. And general or generic, we translate as a general standard, includes 6 parts, like network and connection, identification resolution, the edge computing, the platform and data, industrial APP, and the security. And each of the category, they also divided with some subcategories. For example, in network and connection, there are factory intranet, like what kind of intranet system, industry Wi-Fi, industry wireless, or some bus system, what can be used inside the factory. And also the network outside factory, whether it could be 5G or it is internet or it is any other different system. And then the devices or product networking, the networking equipment, the resource management, the connectivity, how to connect, how to ensure the stability and reliability of the network and connection. And identification resolution, how can the network system tell which machine are working or which factory is manufacturing on what kind of products or doing what kind of activity or operation. So it has encoding and storage, identification, collection, resolution, interactive processing devices and middleware, and also the identification interoperability, the different for different systems. This is a very for different systems or different technology or different operating protocols. And then edge computing, like edge intelligence, capacity disclosure, edge equipment, and also the platform and data, including data connection, resource management, and industry-based data or industry micro services, APP development. So basically, I won't just read them all because in the next slides, there's a lot of clear definition from Chinese document on such standards. For example, the fundamental. In fundamental, there are 5 parts. Terminology, the general requirements, the testing and standards and management. They are pretty much same with here, with 5 terms and definition, general demands. So I just list all the systems here, and we won't talk too much because you can find out later with the document. I will send the presentation to you. But it was mentioning that if one standard is drafted for industry internet, they need to go back to this figure, to this architecture to find out whether they belong to the definition standard or whether they belong to the architecture standards or whether they belong to the management standards of this area. And then the networking connection standards also recall to the general standards, the one we had already been discussed. For example, the factory internal network standards, factory intranet, like software, SDN, the time-sensitive network, the industry Ethernet, and also 5G, like 5G technology, and the external network, like the name listed here, multi-protocol label switching, and optical transport networking, LET, NB-IoT. So basically, the networking system managed by CAICT or CCSA, a lot of existing standards published by CCSA. So if there are already such standards, it can easily be used for the industrial internet. And also the identification resolution standards are listed here, coding storage. My feeling is that, for example, if there is a QR code listed here, so basically it means that one standard could be done in this area. This is how we interpret or analysis such documents in China. For example, the node management standards, basically, if they said there should be one here, basically the standards of node management for industry, internet requirements or whatever will be published in this area. And as computing standards, like devices, intelligence standards, capability opening standards, and platform and data. So if you check, this is all the standards will be done in this area. And if you check, you will see whether there are already existing standards and whether it can be directly used for industrial internet, or some industrial internet standards need to be drafted again. And security standards are also currently drafted by the TC260. Some of vertical sectors, for example, the vehicle sectors also may sometimes have their own security standards. It really depends on who is doing in this area. For example, the control of functional safety or security, some of them are not made by TC260. And application standard, I won't go to detail, but still it's a typical application and vertical application. Now I will focus more on the key developments in recent year in 2020. So first, a summary in the guidelines on the industrial internet standardization system. So in the document, it says there are 220 standards in industrial internet. Actually, I doubt, I believe that there must be more. But anyway, these are 220 standards, and 40 of them are fundamental standards, 235 general standards, and 40 application standards. So when the document is published, basically the standards plan are also published in the national standards level. And until January 2019, 45 standards have been published and 70 are under drafting, and 199 needs to be made. I do not have the most recent data yet, but the material was referencing is the 220 standards plan. We will do more digging work to see until January 2021 how many standards related to industrial internet has been published. But another key development is the measurement, is the industrial internet identification measurements. It is under call for comments stage. So basically, the internet domain DNS has been transferred, or China proposed the industrial internet identification system with a number like 16.1000/ACQD100/1024 with IP address like this IPv6 or with identification related information. So it is a call for comments draft, and we will see what will going on. And I believe that I think the comments call for comments has been finished, but it was mentioning or discussed in this at least to try to align with international accepted methodology. What is the current issues? So we know that there's industry internet. In China, there's also intelligent manufacturing. So sometimes there are some overlapping and conflicting activities by industry internet, industry plus manufacturing or intelligent manufacturing. One is done by MIT, another one is led by SAC for standards drafting. So and also recently GIZ and Germany Industry 4.0 expert working group made a publishment of Industry 4.0 and industry internet practices and findings. It shows a lot of studying cases, but still in China, even now, it is already existing some different understandings or different opinions on industry internet and in intelligent manufacturing. As AC always say that we will see which technology will mature, and then they can approve the national standards in these two areas. So they pretty much leave this to the market or leave to the different technology development to see the future decision. The most key developments for China 5G and industry internet. Why are these? Today I just added this slide because in last week, 20th November 2020, China 5G plus industry internet conference took place, and President Xi Jinping sent a congratulation letter to this conference, which show that the government take 5G and industry internet in a very, very high level. So they published a lot of documents like 5G and industrial development report, and also a lot of excellent pilot demonstration and cases, and also a lot of deliverables like China has built nearly 700,000 5G base station and 32,000 of them has been applied to the industry internet, and also 1,000 more 5G industry internet projects in different industries. And also we just recall that in November 2019, there is a target that by 2022, 5 industry public service platforms, carriers, and services capabilities will be built, and 10K industries for pilot application on 5G will be made in this area. So finally, this is a conclusion for today. Industry internet is key for Made in China 2025, and China takes industry internet in a very high level. It is no doubt, and I don't want to talk too much about that. And China is still strongly counting on government-led methodology on many new technology developments. So market-driven industry internet, industry 4.0, smart manufacturing is all need to be verified by market. The industry as a manufacturer, whether I really need to spend a lot of money to upgrade my system with intelligent or smart manufacturing system, while whether it will give me the added value or whether it improve my producing abilities, still need to be verified by the market. So market driven is still okay, although China now currently all the activity is more government-led. And the MIT is the leading position in industry internet technology, and the networking is definitely managed by the networking outside the factory, definitely led by MIT. And industries is also involved in this process, but sometimes we saw more in high technology industries. The traditional manufacturers sometimes they need to find the motivation of upgrading their systems or upgrading their technology. especially during this pandemic period of time. Let's see what will happen. And the future development will greatly count on the commercialization and profit making by industry internet. And the alignment between industry internet and intelligent manufacturing standards need to be done, need to be coordinated by Chinese government. That's all from my side. And we will have 5 minutes for the questions because so please leave your questions on the chat box so I can answer the questions. So I'm sorry for 5 minutes because it is almost 10. There is one ask, is it possible to get this presentation material? Yes, definitely. I will send this document to you while after the presentation. Now here we have many questions here. We just do it one by one. First, is the industry actually adopting this complex concept? To be honest, I also doubt it. I've been working in industry for almost 10 years. My feeling is that currently the manufacturers need to be survived, and only if such complex concepts will help them, can they accept such concepts anyway. But if there is some commercial needs or commercial applications, the industry will immediately accept it in China. So don't worry about Chinese manufacturers on understanding all this. Chinese manufacturers are very smart on producing products. Someone, no audio, or this is already. Full screen mode, sorry, I didn't see. Full screen mode, I hope later, yeah. And some people in the European Commission are concerned about the China ambition of 2035 standardization. Will China divert from global international standardization? I believe recently I joined many different meetings. The tone of the government, from the government officers, is still believe that the international standardization is very cost saving and is still the trend for the international trade. So I think they will not proactive divert from global international standardization. China still wish to join the activity for international standardization only if there are some decoupling activities or future political changes which will make China go in the independent way or national specific way. Otherwise, China will still go on for international standardization activity. Another question is there any relationship between industry, internet, and green technology? No, so far I didn't see much. Because if you check all the documents of industry internet, it is always IT technology, information technology and manufacturing. Only a little bit, 1, 2, or at least than 10% will talk about energy efficiency or environment protection or effective or economy effective on the industry internet. For example, the smart transportation, that people will think that with smart transportation they will be saving a lot of energy and saving a lot of time, and that's why it will partially related to green technology. Any more questions? We hope we finish our webinar at 11. Is that 11? In China, 6 p.m. sharp. I think there will be 11 in Europe side. Any more questions? We have 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, we will finish for today. The presentation PDF file will send to you via the emails and the recording. I know that there are many busy slides, but I hope that you can see the documents, read the documents by yourself, rather than I talk too much in this area. It looks that we do not have many questions for today, and I hope that you can use my presentation as a reference for your further research. And thank you for joining us for today. And we hope it can trigger more questions and discussions and more comparisons between China's industry internet with Europe in the future industry 4.0, Americans AMP, and Japanese architecture on industry IoT or industry internet. Thank you for today, and have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.太长了，我以后再也不做那么多了，我就做半小时结束，已经leave了 ，I believe。我已经leave了，我也没想，不过也没办法，就是那么长，我就做了那么多。可以停止。